that, and from doing our original teach to the team teach to, the next step is going to be for me to observe you again. So what do you think you would get out of that? What would you like to implement next time?
Just what I like to try to teach next time.
Well, what would you like to try to teach, and how could you implement different things to help your students, kind of like what we were talking about in the previous sessions?
I guess I'd like to make sure that I'm really clear on my expectation, what's the word? What it is I want them to get out of the lesson. There's a word for that, but I'm too tired.
I got one. Don't worry.
So, make real clear up front what there's the standard of completing this lesson is.
The expectation. The expectation is the word?
No. Something Hattie talks about all the time. The criteria. I guess the criteria for success.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what, if you do this, then you're successful at this. So this is what we're going to do, and here's the criteria for success in what we're doing. Just kind of make it really clear that this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and we'll know that we have been successful at that when you can X, Y, and Z. Repeat the theme of a book. Or, they did it that day.
Yeah.
But just being real explicit about, this is what we're going to do, this is why, and here's the criteria for success. So this is how we know that we've reached that goal of learning about whatever it is next.
Now, I didn't get to see what their responses were. How did their responses go?
They were good.
They were.
Some of them were really, wrote a ton, really wrote about it a lot. So they loved the book. Yeah.
So were they able to defend it? Or were they able to just state it?
No, they defend a lot of it. Some of them just said, I think it's this. But a lot of them were able to say because of what she did in the book. And yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So they really enjoyed it? Mm-hmm. I'm so glad. I thought, when I was walking up here, I thought maybe I was like, this may be too young. But I thought, it's a cute book.
I love books like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My third graders did too. Okay. So it sounds like from now on, you kind of want them to be a little bit more aware of their own learning. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of what you were saying? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what could we do for the next step to help them be more aware? What could I do for you to help you?
I guess just really thinking about what you're teaching. Why am I teaching this? What is, instead of, I'm bad at just going, this would be a good lesson, and that kind of fits the standard. Look, this would be cute. Look, I saw this would be really fun,
Yeah.
Instead of just going from the standard to, okay, this is what they need to learn, this is why they're learning it, and this is how we'll know that they're successful. So just being real, just thinking it through on the front end of why am I teaching this? What do I want to see happen with this?
So what if the next time we get together, we talk about a standard that you would like to work on?
Yeah.
That maybe that you want to kind of dive a little more in depth into? Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
And maybe we could do kind of the same process with the standard. We can kind of see how we can make it progress on. Because I'm interested to see, because you're very creative. You've got a very creative kind of personality to you. So I think I'm interested to see what you and I could do together with that.
Because I don't want to be bored when I teach.
No, who does?
I'm what's the fun about teaching to me? Planning fun stuff, doing fun stuff and fun books and fun, I'm I'm not going to be bored and be bored.
Well, if you're having fun, the kids know that, and they're going to have fun.
Well, and I love pulling in technology stuff. I just love pulling in all kinds of different, technology and stuff.
I really, really liked the incorporation of, the YouTube with the read aloud into, because they were able to read it just as fast as everyone else. They were able to be, in the lesson. They weren't made to feel like they didn't know, or I don't think any of them felt stupid.
Yeah,
I really don't.
To being the ones that have to, but I think that was worth it to them because they wanted the headphone. They wanted to listen and watch.
They were excited.
Yeah.
And that, I know I'm not supposed to say names. So I know for that one friend, we'll call him Jay, was very excited. He was like, let's do this. Let's go. Let's do this. And I was like, for him to have that kind of enthusiasm, that's a big deal.
Well, he's the one that came up with kind of a deep answer for theme for Molly Vanilla, I thought.
He's just,
sorry, he can't read, but he can understand when it's read to him.
He's got great comprehension skills. So, I know, but he's a resource friend, right? He goes to resource. Okay. So we'll try to figure out. Okay. So we'll say for our goal for the next Team Teach, and our plan for the next is that we're going to pick a standard. So do you want to email me a standard? Just don't stress about it. Just pick one that you feel like, hey, I
haven't
love
really
it.
touched on this. I'm really wanting to do poetry.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do poetry.
Yeah.
I
haven't
love
done any
poetry.
this year at all. I'm thinking I need to do poetry.
I love this. That's my favorite.
Really?
I'm gonna cut this out. I'm so excited.
Okay, well, cool.
That's
And you can really
awesome.
help me with it because I really want to
love
do
it.
stuff and I don't know what to do. I've never done it. I've really never done it. I mean, we've read poetry before and like had the kids pick one and recite it, but that's all. I haven't gone into depth at all with it. So.
Well, it's interesting. You can go through the actual like semantics of the poem. You can go through the phonetics, the rhyming skills. You can go through all of that, or you can go the way deep in depth route. Like, there's one. What is it? And I know you have to go, so I'll be really fast. It's what is it? Something. Dr. Seuss.
When I was in college, we had to put together a notebook of poetry. So we had to copy poems. Of course, back then it was typing on a typewriter. But we had to type up these different poems from different books. We took it from it wasn't original, and then made a little book and decorated it and stuff in college. And I still have it. Like it's funny. I loved it. I had so much. We had Shel Silverstein. I mean, that was one of my favorite poetry and stuff. But I thought about doing that with the kids. I thought about like letting them pick out a few poems and maybe make a little booklet or I don't know, just a thought.
Let's do that. Let's do some poems. We'll make a booklet, and we can give them extras that they're interested in. If we put them into like a little paper three-ring prong folder, I mean they could easily put extra poems that they find interesting inside of their folder too.
Yeah, that's true.
They have a little poetry book to take home.
I can decorate it.
Okay. So we'll look for stuff and we'll try to figure that. And this was one I thought you would really, really like. This is one of my third grade. They loved it. Kindergarten, they love it. Like it is so funny. Okay. Did I ever tell you that Mrs. McCabe had 23 sons and she named them all Dave? Well, yes, she did, and it wasn't a smart thing to do. You see, when she wants one and calls out, "Yoo-hoo, come into the house, Dave," she doesn't give one. All 23 Daves come in on the run. That makes things quite difficult in the McCaves, as you can imagine, with so many Daves. And often she wishes that when they were born, she had named one of them Bodkin Van Horn, and one of them Hoos Foos, and one of them Snim, and one of them Hotshot, and one Sunny Jim. One of them Shadrach, and one of them Blinky. One of them Scuffy, and one of them Stinky. Another one Putt Putt, another Moonface, another Marvin O. Gravel Balloon Face. And one of them Ziggy, and one Soggy Muff. One Buffalo Bill, and one Buffalo Buff. One of them Sleepy, one Weepy Weed, and one Paris Garters, and one Harris Tweed. And one Sir Michael Carmichael Zudd, and one of them Oliver Bolivar Butt. And one of them Zanzibar Buck Buck McFate. But she didn't do it, and now it's too late.
That's really cute. I've never heard that.
Isn't that hilarious?
Also, I'm thinking I could put each name on a card and put it on a kid's desk. I don't know.
Let's do
something.
Oh my
fun
gosh.
Like that.
Let's do that.
And they could read it off, or like after we do it, then they could read their name in order or something. I don't know.
They could put it on like a string and they could be that person.
Yeah.
They could be that Dave.
And you have to stand up when it's read.
Yeah, that would be really cute.
They could go there
I love
once and
that.
then go, okay, now you stand up when your name is read or something. I don't know, it'd be fun.
That would be really
Just
they
something
would
to
love
make it
that.
kind of
Oh, they would
personal.
crack
And they would,
up.
yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I love that. I mean, because you look at that and you can talk about, the rhyming, which is the most obvious aspect. But you can also look at, you can talk about the timing of poetry and how it's not just random words coming together. You can talk about how the rhythm and the flow of poetry, you have to really choose your words correctly, otherwise they won't flow. That's one thing I loved. Oh, I love poetry.
Ooh, I'm so glad
I'm so excited.
I feel like I don't know much about it, so that'll be really good.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll tell you what. So why don't you look for some poems that you like? I'll look for some. So let's do like.
And I'll look at the standard.